Yo, what up everybody, it's your boy Trent, and this is probably my 5th time trying to record this commentary, so I'm gonna just get straight to the point. My homeboy Marcus went to a convention. I felt disrespected. He didn't invite me out or warn me that there was a convention and see if I was going so we can hang out. So I told him, you know what, we're gonna go next year and I'm gonna be a Power Ranger. He said, cool. Now the only thing for me to do was to get the Ranger helmet. So I went to the only person that I knew of, Aniki Cosplay. Aniki has a track record of being bad at communicating and horrible with time management, aka getting your stuff done and delivered to you in the time frame that he said he would. Now, while I am giving Aniki the benefit of the doubt, I will still hold it against him if he makes me wait too long. But on the upside, I did take the advantage of his B grade sale that he just recently had and bought another helmet that I want. Now, the two helmets that I'm getting from Aniki are the white Dino Thunder Ranger helmet and the B grade Luna Wolf helmet from Wild Force. Now, your boy is always thinking ahead. I'm always trying to think 2 steps ahead so that I don't have to worry about it the next time, right? So you would think the 2 helmets I'm getting, which comes up to a total of, I believe, $287.50. Yeah, $287.50. You think that'll be enough? No. I want all of my favorite Rangers helmets. And possibly one extra. So that's 5 Ranger helmets and with a possible 6. Let me explain. Okay? So I do want... I'm getting... Well, I said what I'm getting. Well, you already know I'm getting the... White Dino Thunder, which is my favorite helmet. The Luna Wolf, which is my second favorite. What about my 3rd, 4th, 5th, and possible 6th? My 3rd favorite helmet, my 3rd favorite Ranger, I should say, is the Crimson Thunderstorm Ranger from Ninja Storm. That was always my favorite Ranger. I went as the Navy Thunderstorm Ranger when I was a kid because they didn't have any more Crimson Thunderstorms. So I just compromised and made it work. And I was quite happy. But as I've grown older, I realized that I have to satisfy the child in me who still wants to go as his favorite Ranger from Ninja Storm. So I want to get the Crimson Thunderstorm helmet. For the 4th one, it has to go to the Shadow Ranger. I want to get the Shadow Ranger from SPD because he had the coldest intro, and I always felt Commander Kruger was like, he was a warrior. He was cold with the blade. Jesus Christ, like honestly, I think he could give Tommy, probably White Tiger Tommy, a run for his money in Sabo. Let's be real. I'm gonna keep it established. If they had gone at it during those crossover specials, I don't know who might win in that fight, but I want to get that out of not all just like admiration, but respect for Commander Kruger. The fifth one, this one's probably the easiest one for me to fanboy over. So if you don't know, I don't remember the year. It was either 2017 or it had to be 2018. 2018 went by fast. It's an issue I can't even remember. But in 2018, Hyper RPG and Saban got together in a partnership. I would assume a partnership, either that or Saban just gave them the license to do this. But Hyper RPG and Saban got together to make Power Rangers Hyper Force. Hyper Force is a tabletop RPG Power Ranger game type show type web series thing. It's essentially what if Dungeons and Dragons met Power Rangers. and it was cool. And the reason why it was so hyped for me is because my favorite content creator, Andre Meadows, aka Black Nerd Comedy, was the Blue Ranger. And the moment I heard that, I knew if Aniki knew how to make a Hyperforce helmet, that had to be the first, second, or third helmet I asked him to make. Okay, you gotta go after it. Nothing comes before White Dino Thunder. That's for damn sure. But Andre Meadows was the Blue Ranger, and I love Andre. Andre's my inspiration. He's my muse. He's just amazing. He's a wonderful soul. I just think he's so underrated as a YouTuber. I gotta represent for Andre. So I want to get that helmet without a shadow of a doubt. Now the sixth one, this one is more out of a romantic obligation. So, if you don't know, if you don't watch Hyperforce, I think there's a comic out. I'm not too sure. I don't want to say there is and be completely wrong, so I'll keep that in the area of maybe. But if you don't know, Andre, or should I say Eddie Banks, that's Andre's character's name, is in love with a fellow Ranger, more specifically a Black Ranger on his team, and the Black Ranger has feelings for him as well. But outside of the context of Hyperforce, I love Christina V, and Christina V is the Black Ranger for Hyperforce. So, are you connecting the dots? So because of Eddie's feelings for Vesper, that is her name, in Hyperforce, I figure, well, I want my Blue Ranger helmet to be happy with his love, so gotta get the Black Hyperforce. Not only that, it's the only Power Ranger helmet to actually use the Cerberus motif, and if y'all don't know, I love animals. I love cats and dogs. If Cerberus was real, I would adopt that motherfucker. No cap. So it all really works out for me. I love Cerberus. I love Cerberus. Love dogs. I love Cerberus. I love dogs. I love Christina V. Eddie loves Vespers. I already forgot her name. But you know what I'm saying. The Blue Ranger loves the Black Ranger. I gotta make it happen. So that's a possible 6 for me. It might not even go to me. I might not wear it. I mean, I probably will wear it. I'm gonna keep it stacked with you, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's out of romantic affiliation. I gotta do it. Right? Right. So here's where the dilemma starts to come in. Aniki is already doing one of my helmets. I don't want to extend the workload or the wait time by asking him to make 4 to 5 other helmets for me. So I've been looking into seeing who else could make the helmet for me. Excuse me. So, excuse me, goddamn. So I found a couple of prop makers who might be eligible, for me at least. They're eligible to me to kind of do this. Now, one of them is LegendaryProps. Now, I've seen some of his stuff. Like, I went on YouTube looking around for LegendaryProps to see how other people like his products, and they seem to be good. I would love to get a helmet from him. I don't think he ever messaged me back. I did message him today. I don't think he ever got back to me about my inquiry. I just wanted to know what was up, just so I can save accordingly. He never got back to me on saying, hey, here's how much it is, blah blah this and that. Paying him. I know he works the same way Aniki does, where it says you gotta pay up front. You gotta pay half up front so that, you know, you can't back out. I mean, you can, but you just have to pay half up front so that you can secure your spot. That's there it is. Searching for it, but there. And I have no problem with that. But I just wanted to know if you can make it 27 inches so that it fits my head for sure, padding and all. And if he could do the Crimson Thunderstorm for me. I want him to do the Crimson Thunderstorm for me. I probably should have asked him to do the Shadow Ranger for me, because if I try to get it from the next person, I might mess it up. Another person that I can get a helmet from, or even a raw print of my helmet so I can work on it myself, is Heshin Cosplay USA. Now, just like Legendary Props, they are based in the USA, so shipping is going to be a whole lot faster in comparison to Aniki, who's in Indonesia. Now, I have no problem with the idea of working on a helmet myself. I just don't trust myself to cut out the visor and everything be smooth, you know? That's the thing. I don't trust myself to cut my own helmet up like that in any way, shape, or form. So, while I think it would be okay to ask for a print from him, I don't think it'll be okay to make me do all the work. It's just mainly the visor cutouts and the helmet cut itself, you know? That's where my last one for now, as of recording this video, my last option for now for mine. Eric 101 offers visor cutouts. He offers to cut the helmet in half for you. He pretty much offers to do the heavy lifting. Whereas with Heshin, he tells you to do everything you got there. So essentially trial and error to the highest degree. And while the Shadow Ranger doesn't look like a very complicated, like a good portion of his helmet is visor, so I really don't want to mess that up. So I might ask Eric 101 to do the Shadow Ranger raw print for me and just cut it out, you know? Cut out the visor, cut the helmet in half, cut the helmet in the places that it needs to be cut, and then I can apply the Bondo, I can sand it down, and I can paint it myself. Hopefully he'll give me the paints, the necessary paint. Not give it to me, but give me the names or the places I can get it from in Chicago or in the U.S. so that I can at least paint the helmet properly. And as far as Hyperforce goes, I don't know how I'm going to do Hyperforce. I don't know who else can do Hyperforce for me. If there's anyone who can do raw prints or complete helmets, but will offer them at, like, you pay half now and then another half at another date and you're done, kind of like Legendary Props and Aniki does it. Or, hey, Legendary Props, if you probably won't see this video. But if you, on the off chance that you do see this video, if you can do the Hyperforce helmets, both blue and black possibly, let me know. I know Aniki can do it. If Heshin, if you see this video, let me know if you can do Hyperforce. Eric, you for damn sure want to see this video. But still, if anybody knows if Eric 101 does the Hyperforce Rangers, if anybody, Kamen Rider Nimoy, that's another name. I might, if he can do it, I might ask him to do it for me. You know, I don't know what else to say. That's really it. If anybody can do Hyperforce blue and black for me, please let me know. If you know anybody who can do Hyperforce blue and black for me, please let me know. I gotta get these helmets, man. So if they can do the Hyperforce blue and black for me, please let me know, and I will see about doing business with them. But for the time being, the only two helmets that are guaranteed for me right now are White Dino Thunder White. Jesus Christ, I said white twice. White Dino Thunder and the Lunar Wolf. Those are the two guaranteed helmets that I'm getting. Legendary Props, hopefully he receives my message and we can talk prices for the Crimson Thunderstorm. I'll message Eric 101 to see if he'll offer to cut the helmets in the places that needs to be cut for an advisor cutout for the Shadow Ranger from SPD, and whoever can do the Hyperforce will get the message and I'll update you guys at some point. With that being said, when the Lunar Wolf helmet arrives, I will be doing a video reviewing it and testing if it fits on my head, because if it does fit on my head, I might go as the Lunar Wolf for my convention if the White Dino Thunder doesn't get here on time. So there's that. But yeah, man, this is these are some exciting times for me. I'm really putting myself out there by even trying to go to this convention, and my friend Marcus doesn't even know that I have a backup plan in stock. I don't think he doesn't even know that I had 4 to 5 more helmets lined up for other conventions. Hopefully I'll be able to take one of these helmets sometime in 2021, possibly to DreamCon. I don't think I'll be able to go this year, but not this year, next year. But hopefully, if everything works out, I'll be able to go in 2021 and possibly rock one of these helmets. So that's what I got going on, man. 5 to 6 Rangers, like I said. Aniki, he has me locked down on 2 helmets. Legendary Props, I've included him about 1 helmet. Heshin, I've messaged him one time about getting the Shadow Ranger from him, but I was never able to actually order it because I ran into some financial issues. So hopefully he's not too upset at me about that, and hopefully he can hook your boy up with something. I don't know. Possibly a Hyperforce helmet if he can do it. Kamen Rider Nimoy, I never messaged him. Eric 101, I never messaged him. Hopefully Eric can do the Shadow Ranger for me. Hopefully either Heshin can do the blue Hyperforce and Kamen Rider Nimoy can do the black. Either way it goes. I'm getting 3 completed ones, because I am going to get a full completed pay half now, pay later from Legendary Props, and possibly 2 Raws from Eric 101 and Heshin Cosplay. I feel like I keep saying comments, and if I do, I apologize. Sorry, I don't mean to misrepresent you. So that's what I got right now. I said that already, but still, that's what I got right now. Wish me luck. I'll keep looking around for videos explaining how to properly cut out a visor for a Power Ranger helmet so that I don't mess it up. Lord knows I will. Given the opportunity to. I don't want to mess it up and not have a spare to fall back on. So all that being said, it's been your boy Dead Southern Trent. AK Trent. Like I said, wish me luck, because I really want to make sure these cosplays go well, because I will be doing them more and more. I might even try to make videos with them. Who knows? And with that, I will see you all next time. Peace. Excuse the gameplay, by the way. This is my first time playing Dragon Ball Fighters in a hot minute.